Hey everybody, it's Jill Blanchett. I'm back again with the second card for my alternates in the Hearts for You paper pumpkin kit we had for January. This is the card that I'm going to show you. It makes for a fun wedding card, an engagement card, anything you want to express a little bit of love and yay for. So let's get started. I am using just a basic 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece of paper, basic white. Then I'm using one of the swirly cards. It's only half of it. You'll cut it to 4.25 by 5. Let's get that going and just get some of this done. I'll cut this to 4.25 by 5 and get it off the desktop. And I lied. It's 4 by 5.25. 4 by 5.25 on that one. I don't know where I got the other measurements from. Then I have a piece of the Azure Afternoon that is 3 inches by 3.75 inches. And I have another piece of basic white that is 2 7/8 by 3 5/8. Just want a little tiny border on there. If you want more of a border, obviously you can cut it down a little more. I'm going to show you what I did here. We're going to take our silicone mat and our white piece and one of the hearts, the champagne hearts that are in the kit. We're going to flip that upside down. I have some balmy blue. My mind's all discombobulated because Mike was just hollering at me, my husband, and I've been upstairs and back downstairs, and my mind is going in all different directions. So I apologize for all these mess ups. I got a little blender brush, and I'm just going to start blending across the heart. I'm going to hold it in place. You could tape it down if you wanted. And I am going to go off a little bit because I want to get the sense of the border, the little thin border to make the heart complete. So I'm going off a little bit of the edges. And I'm just going to go around, fill the whole inside part in. My ink pad could need some more ink from the looks of it. Having a hard time getting the ink out there. So, like I said, I'm going off the edge. I just moved it just so I can get a little bit of a shadow. I'll show you. So that we get the edge of the heart, this little rim right there. Otherwise, if we don't, it's gonna, you won't get the outside edge and it won't be a complete shape. So that's all I did there. Remove our silicone mat. I'm going to glue this piece onto the Azure Afternoon. Right here. Then I have a piece of window sheet. Mine is just like, it's as wide as the paper, so it's 3 inches, and then this is like 2 3/4, only so that I can cut it in half. So let me get my silicone sheet in here again. I thought I was done with it. And we're going to just glue on some strips of paper. We just have random lengths or widths, but we need them all to be however wide your paper is that you cut. Must be starting to get snowy outside because I'm filming over by my window and it's getting dark out, so it must be we're going to get snow again. And so, like I said, these are just all random widths, and I'm just going to place them a little bit apart on my sheet. That one looks like it's a crookedly cut piece, so I'm just going to leave it because we won't notice it. I'm going to just keep gluing these down all across this cardstock. Or it's not cardstock either, it's window sheet. It's clear window sheet. And because, like I said, they're random widths, I'm kind of alternating between a fatter one and a skinnier one. But I am trying to keep them about the same distance apart. As I place them on, I think I need about 6 or about 7 or 8 of them to go across here. My first one I did, but these I may be doing a little closer together, where I've got different skinnier ones. All right, let me pause while I finish these. Okay, I've got them all glued on. You want to give it a hot second to kind of dry, and then we're going to cut the edges off where it's hanging over, so that we're starting a little even Steven there. So let me just, you can cut these on your trimmer if you want as well. Oh, I didn't give that one long enough to dry. And then we're going to cut it in half on our trimmer. So that we have two nicely sharp cuts, straight cuts. Then we're going to bring our piece back in. We're going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of it. And then we just want to glue it to our strips. And I did leave a little space between of the window sheet at each edge, just so it didn't go right up to it. And we're going to do the same on the other side. If you want to skip this, you can make one big long sheet, and then you don't have to cut and glue it down. That one wants to keep moving. And I did not eyeball that. Looks like I got about the same amount on each side. Sticking out. Then I'm going to take some dimensionals. Let's see if I got some big ones somewhere right around here. I'll use these. I'm just going to take some bigger pieces and glue them down. These dimensional thingies I get at the dollar store, the $1.25 store. They are by the Command strips. Nice big squares. I haven't had any issues with them. They work just fine. And they're just a little bit bigger, and I like that. I can cover a little bit more ground quicker with them. So then we're going to put that into the center of our card. That looks pretty close. Now, here you could put some jewels, gems on it to jazz it up for a little fancier look. I'm just going to make a little bow with my seam binding ribbon. Here. I don't want it that big. Then I'm going to trim that one off a little bit. I'm going to take one of the little flag pieces that are on the hearts. Take one of these off. I've got some Azure Afternoon ink that we're going to just stamp the word yay. It left it a little more open to interpretation of what you want to use it for. I got that out of the Simply Said stamp set. And I can't find my ink now. And it was just right here. All right, well, oh, I threw my silicone mat on top of it. So we've got our Azure Afternoon and the word yay. Our little flag. We're going to stamp that down. And then I'm going to take a glue dot on the back of my bow. And glue that down to my little tag. I'm going to trim that tag off a little bit. Then I'm going to pop a couple of glue dimensionals on the back of that. Or you could do it flat if you think you got enough dimension already. And I'm going to nestle that right up around the curvature. I'm going to trim that little edge off this one. I'm going to put that right up around the curvature of that heart. And there we have our second card in this paper pumpkin kit. I'll be back.